now 2025, right? So last year, over 200,000 people attended New York Comic Con.
Wow.
The reason I'm even here back in New York is because of a quote that I read that really made me, like, it put me on my ass and really made me think about things. And it was, the only thing more frightening than failure is regret. But you know what's funny about Miami and like how people are mad about New York being Miami?
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
That's a big statement.
Yes. And I stand by what I said.
Oh.
Did you know
All right.
that more New Yorkers have been to Miami than they've been to Staten Island?
Okay. That's the dumbest.
Okay.
That's
hold on. Okay, no, wait. No. Let's
talk about how many people go to Tallahassee.
Let's talk about how many people go to Tallahassee.
I guess you're right now.
Let's talk about how many people. All right, no. Think about the statement. Okay. But wait, what do you mean men have less options?
In terms of, I feel like women have more options than guys do typically. All right, for example, if you were to text any guy, come get this, they're gonna be there. If I text a girl, yo, come get this, like, that's gamble. You know what I mean? Like, it might be like, all right, or it might be like, who the do you think you are?
So that's why I'm curious, because I feel like as adults, you know, we recognize where a lot of these problems come from, and we're so quick to be like, I blame my mom and I blame my dad or whatever. And it's like, okay, you're recognizing the problem. Have you done anything about it? And that involves forgiving your parents for it.
So yeah,
I can't trust no switching roadie. I be on my grown thing. Keep on moving, time be skipping, phone and going home. Same process, trust the progress. I be knowing where it's home, man. Free me, feel me, see me, I see. So yeah,
we got Rose in the crib. What's going on? How you feeling? You feeling good? Yes, awesome. Yo, I am excited for this conversation because we're gonna dive deep in the world of Comic-Con.
Yes.
I didn't know how big this shit is. Nah, I shouldn't say shit, but you know what I mean. Like it's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's a community.
Yeah.
And it has grown and it has transformed into something very much living.
Oh, it's massive, especially New York Comic Con specifically, which is coming up in October.
New York Comic Con.
NYCC. No, it's huge. It's huge.
When was because I feel like, all right, the people that are into Comic Cons are into anime, are into the like the whole culture growing up. That was it for you then, right?
And there's also like sub conventions too. So when you think of Comic Con, you think of like the umbrella Comic Con. So you're thinking about people that are dressed up and they're going to like all these things. Or
yes,
whatever.
You're right. I'm thinking about it in a superficial way.
Yeah. It's like, but there's so much more to. So Comic Con is just like a term, but there's hundreds of different type of Comic Cons or like cons and stuff like that. So that's definitely something.
Because that's how much it's grown, right? Because it could be that, and it started off something like, I guess it would be more simple, and now it's just way more subcultures. It brings in so many more different people.
Yeah. So like, okay, so New York Comic Con specifically, right, only used to be a Saturday and Sunday show. We're talking more than 15 years ago. About maybe like 15, 14, 13 years ago or so, right? It was Friday, half of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's how like short the show. Tickets were maybe like $30. Oh,
wow.
You know what I mean? They had a little section at the Javits Center, stuff like that. Now, 2025, right? So last year, over 200,000 people attended New York Comic Con.
Wow.
And it goes from all day Thursday to Saturday. So now it went from a Friday and Saturday, half of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, full Friday. Now it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a
Jeez.
4-day show. And there's so much happening that they don't even have everything in the Javits Center anymore. It's expanded out to different areas in like the different
There's not enough space.
venues in the area. Yeah, so for like different panels and meet and greets and previews and premieres and stuff like that, Q&As.
So it just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like the expansion is gonna be, where are they gonna go?
It can mean a lot of great things. It can also mean a lot of sucky things,
Like
right?
what?
So they wanted the rumor is that it's something that they want to go more corporate. So when you think of San Diego Comic-Con, if you've never attended, San Diego Comic-Con is the mecca of Comic-Con conventions, right? So this is where if you want to promote your movie, if you want to promote your show, if you want to promote your comic, if you're going to do, this is where toy companies, they put out these exclusive toys that are going to be, it's not a $25 Barbie, it's a $75, collector's item.
It's an exclusive testing ground. It's an
exclusive testing ground, exactly, too. So like all of like your great announcements, like Marvel, DC announcements, the Batman, or like Robert Downey Jr. coming out as Doom for like the Fantastic Four movie. So like all these big marketing media stunts are happening in San Diego. So it's very corporate based.
Okay.
And the feel and the vibe of New York Comic-Con is that they're trying to achieve that same goal. They're trying to go more corporate. They're trying to bring in bigger names, bigger heads, bigger announcements, bigger celebrities, stuff like that.
Okay.
So what does that mean for people like us? They need the space. And they have to take away some space. So from some smaller vendors and artists. And
takes away certain jobs.
It takes away from where they would be having their booth so that they can bring in these like corporate things. And now they're doing corporate stuff like, Skechers would have a booth.
Oh, you already see it happening.
Yeah, you see it happening. Skechers would have a booth because they'll have some sort of anime collaboration or whatever, and they're pushing only that like one shoe.
Like
that
they don't
one
already
product.
have a store.
Exactly, like they're already not billion-dollar industries or whatever. Same thing, or not Skechers, but like Crocs. They have the Demon Slayer, they have the Naruto, they have the Pokemon, and like they're pushing these like shoes. They have a booth to like do these shoes at a freaking Comic-Con convention, which like in theory is cool, but like for that, like
you literally have stores. Where
you literally have stores you can hold an event for. You know what I mean? But like they have this giant, 40 by 40 quad. Right, which could have easily housed like 4 different other like smaller vendors.
I see what you're saying. It's like finally, there's a community that of individuals that are coming together and creating something for themselves that they can profit from and actually make something a livelihood with. Yeah. And then here comes the big business that wants to just come through and like,
we're like, we like anime too.
Yeah. You was never a fan though.
Yeah, like, fake fan shit. Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. So I mean, it's great, but there is this like looming doom of like, are we going to be on the chopping block next?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that only means another thing for these other vendors and business owners is to fucking step it up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I feel like you step it up. Like you step it up in your own life, in your own way, and that's why you take a hold of your life, right? Like not many people are gonna do that.
Right.
So it's gonna be what it is. I think that by you doing what you do, it keeps you a part of the ethos.
Right.
So and
you gotta sink or swim.
Yeah, yeah. In those situations, I feel like it's always gonna be around, maybe with a different name, and that's what I keep thinking, that it fucks people up, because it will take certain jobs away, but people will always want that feeling. and you can only get that from people, you know, not from like these businesses and stuff like that. So it's gonna come back, but rinse and repeat, I think, kind of thing.
Hopefully. So I should probably like explain how I even like know Comic-Con or like the industry. So I work for a small business called Nowhere Toys, and they're based out of Miami, Florida, in Hialeah, and they are a comic and toy shop and collectors shop, and we also have a TCG, so we also do like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, you know, D&D, Magic, tabletop games, like the whole nine.
Wow.
And you know, so we have our brick and mortar, so we have our store, we have a .com, and we do, which is what started all of this, which are Comic-Con conventions. So we travel across the country throughout the year, working Comic-Con conventions. We're vendors, we have a booth, so we set up our little booth, we bring our product, we sell it, you know, we have our exclusives, stuff like that. And that was, you know, the foundation of how we've become where we are now, doing Comic-Con conventions. And it's great. And it's great because you get to meet so many different walks of life. And it's so funny to see just like how one thing, whether it be Star Wars, whether it be Superman, whether it be anime, whether it be a niche ass like game that you think, no, I've never heard of this game in my life, and it has a whole like cult fandom to it, and just the different types of people who all love like this like very like specific thing, and it's really inspiring to see how they're like we are able to sort of kumbaya and get along
in certain moments.
Yeah, and like over certain things, you know what I mean? So it's like really inspiring, and I love it, and I love talking to people about the things that they love and like why they love them too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You dive deeper and you get to understand the human psyche more, right? And in the aspects of what you do, I feel like toys are liked by so many different people. You know, like you know, and dogs. But and it kind of, you have to like really tap into why a person would even choose a certain toy to begin with, right? Like, or like why they even are drawn to it. And I think that as time goes on, everything develops. How kids are interacting with everything. I think Comic-Con still holds some type of like the child spirit alive, I guess. Yeah. Because people, although they're on their phones, I'm sure you got a lot of streamers and stuff like that pop up in these Comic-Con events too, right? Yeah. I see that all the time. Yeah. And I'm sure that's playing an influence as well as to how many people are coming there too, right? Because they want to like stream there. They're going there with a purpose. I've done it. I've like walked around the floor and I've live streamed for like our customers. Okay. And like, oh, this is like what's going on, and look at this and look at that. It is. It's really cool, and I feel that everybody should at least once in their life experience going to a Comic-Con convention. Doesn't have to be San Diego. It doesn't have to be New York. It could be like your local little mom and pop like thing, like to just go out, go do it, go surround yourself with like people that love the same thing, and get that feel of belonging. You said it was $30 before. How much is it now? I don't even know. I don't know. I don't pay for that shit. And if you're my friend, you haven't paid for a pass either. Hey, that's what's up. I don't know how much that shit costs. I don't know, like I've heard I saw like I know the most expensive is San Diego Comic-Con. I mean I'm assuming tickets can probably go up to like over $200 depending on how the type, you know, there's also like it's staggered, so it's like, are you going for one day, are you going on a weekend, is the weekend more expensive than the weekday, are you getting, you know, combo passes, are you getting VIP? So but I don't know, I'm assuming like $70-$80, maybe more. Okay. But
I don't know. We should look it up.
Yeah, I could actually look it up.
We should look it
Look it
up.
up. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Let's see how
All
much.
right, but in the meantime, while I'm looking it up, why don't you tell me something that you would tell your younger self?
Pay attention to the things that make you think. That I would definitely, and just yeah, pay attention to the things that make you think, and I stand by that for sure. Like, there was I'm here now.
By the way, you were right.
What?
72 over $100.
Shit. I'm good. But yeah, no. The reason I'm even here back in New York is because of a quote that I read that really made me, like, it put me on my ass and really made me think about things. And it was, the only thing more frightening than failure is regret.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I love that.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that quote made me up everything that I had in Miami and come back to New York. I was only 21.
Wow. And why not Miami though? I feel like a lot of people pop off in Miami or they do stuff in Miami. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just wondering. New York is different though, right? Is it better or what? How you feel? Like, or what is it?
Okay. My feelings are complicated.
Oh, cheeks are getting red. The cheeks are getting red.
I obviously I love I have 305 tattooed on me. Tatted.
It's on there.
It's on there.
For life.
305 till I die. No, but it's so okay. So when I was younger, I was like, as a single adult person, New York is the epitome of
Tattoo.
Yeah, it is the life.
Tattoo.
It's the life. And then, but like as a for family, for me personally, for family, being a mom and stuff like that, like I prefer Miami because my friends, my family, my job, everything is like back in Miami.
Okay.
That has drastically shifted. Like I do not feel that way anymore. I go to Miami all the time. I go with my kids all the time. And catch me living under a bridge before you catch me living in Miami ever
How
again.
come?
It's so like, okay, so I would be outside of my parents' house just existing, talking, and the people, they'll drive by, like can I like switch it up to Spanish? Is that okay? Because sometimes, all right, and they'll drive by, but they'll slow down y te quedan mirando. They'll just look at you.
Like you see,
you see them looking at you like, who the fuck is this person?
All right, you feel like it was like way more prevalent there than here?
Yeah, it's just like here, like when they say like, oh, New Yorkers mind their business, we really don't, but we really do.
I see what you're saying. Like we'll look, but then we'll keep pushing.
Yeah. But they'll like slow down to like look and see who are you, what are you doing, what are you?
Okay,
you feel
like
me? And it's
shit.
just and it's just feel like I feel like I'm constantly having to ask people like, yo, you good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like I'm so always on the defense. I feel so much safer in New York City than I do in Miami. Wow. I've had to go like if I have to go take out cash over here like on 30th Ave or whatever by the train, I'm fine going in there, taking out cash and then walking my little ass back home. If I go into a car to a drive-through ATM in Miami, I'm like looking around. I don't feel safe. It's so empty.
That's probably the reason why then, right?
That's another thing. Yeah, it's so empty because like if somebody were to like try to mug me on 30th, that's what I'm saying. Like New Yorkers mind our business, but we don't. If it's like legit, they'll try to like at least make sure I'm okay.
No, that's fact.
They may not stop the guy, but they'll check to see if I'm hurt or something. You know what I mean?
I mean, it also depends on where you're at. Some people are just gonna fucking take out their phone and record. A lot of
I
people doing that.
guess I
Yeah.
haven't like
But
experienced
like the
anything like that, and thank God I've never been like mugged or anything.
yes, yes, yes. Because I mean, like, in situations like a lot of times you see it like people are recording the situation happening, not even
Yeah,
like,
that's also true. Yeah,
helping.
like everything is like on the internet now.
Yeah.
But I just I don't know. I don't feel as safe or as confident in myself in Miami. And then like the culture there, like lo machista, like I'll be bro, and I'm such a peleona. I really I can be. I really am. I'll be in like Los Jugos Palacios, so it's like an eatery, right? It's kind of buffet style that they you tell them what you want, and they'll
Okay.
have like a bakery
Yeah.
section or like a little grocery section.
Yeah.
And but there isn't like a line, so it's kind of like you have to stand there, make yourself known, and then they'll be like, okay, I know to like deal with you next,
Right,
and
right,
then
right.
whatever. So I'll go and I'll be there, and these Cuban machistas men will come and they'll like get next to me, but like in front of me to assert like that they want to be next, sort of. And but it's like even though it's not being
It's not
said, the
yeah.
energy is there.
Right.
You feel me? And I'm not about that life. Like, I'm sorry, but I may have grown up in Miami, but I'm still a New Yorker. And I'll do this shit where I'll go and I'll step in front of them and I'll put my arms and I'll spread my legs and I'll,
Right.
strike a pose.
Right,
like, no,
right.
I am like
I'm here. What's up?
she's gonna give me my cafecito next and not you, my guy. You know what I mean? Like, like I waited here longer type shit.
Right.
So, and I don't want to deal with that energy all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, if that's that's the energy that Miami, but like true Miami local has to deal with. Everybody is so for themselves. Everybody is so selfish, and it's not their fault. And there was actually an article about it that I read years ago, and it like made sense. And also being somebody who has an equal amount of time of being in New York and being in my bio apparently is a red flag because it says, New York, Miami, New York. And like there was a meme that was like if she has Miami and New York in her bio is a red flag, and the amount of people that sent me that shit, I was like, oh my god, me? Am I the problem? I think I'm qualified to speak on both New York and Miami, right? The article was like, oh, that people from Miami are super rude, that they're the rudest in the country. And yes, but why? Because as to in other places like New York, like LA, Chicago or whatever, that they have the means of like mass transportation and stuff like that, right? LA maybe like not so much, but still like it's LA, right? They're forced to interact with other people on a daily, with thousands of people on a daily, in the street, in public.
Sure. Same thing as New York, though.
Well, yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like New York, Chicago, like LA, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But in Miami, everything is in your car. You know what I mean? If you're walking to the supermarket that's literally up the block from your house, you look stupid in Miami. Like you really do. Like people will be driving by and be like, "Ay, mira ese pobre." I in the heat. Oh my god, this guy doesn't have a car. Broke stat. You know what I mean? Like that's what people. Because when you see people walking, and then it's not a walking infrastructure either. Like we have sidewalks for decoration, my guy. Like for real. Like you get me? It's really it's like different. That. So it's like they're not with anybody else. They're in their own car. You have a house.
They're isolated more.
Yeah, like you have a house
but
of
then there's
teenagers.
Still a lot of people.
Yeah. And like, and each person has their own car. So that's what I'm saying. So like in my family, we were a family of 4, right? By the time my brother and I were 16, my house had 4 cars in the front. They had my dad's truck, my mom's SUV, my Mustang, and my brother's whatever miantita he was driving at the time. You know what I mean? Like whatever his little shit was. So, but that's how it is. We each have our own car. My brother and I went to the same high school. We didn't even carpool. We drove. We had our, you know what I mean? We left on our own, like, and we went to the same school. Cause like what the hell? And so it's like they don't have to deal. So since they don't have to deal with all these people, they don't know how to like interact with people like that.
I see what you're saying.
You get me?
Yeah. That's why New York is top tier.
That's why New York is top tier.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I would never like, and I love, and it's just like, I love the culture of Miami. I love the food. I love it really is like, you know, when people are like, oh, I'm from Miami, I'm not from Florida. Like that shit is true. Like that sounds true because people from Florida, you thought people from Miami are bad. People from Florida also are very like, but at least Miami isn't fake about how fake they are. You know what I mean?
Okay. Miami isn't as fake.
No, Miami isn't fake about how fake they are. Like they're not
Okay.
trying to be like, oh no, that's not how we are.
Okay.
They're like, no, we're fucking assholes. No, we know.
We know.
We know.
We do this.
We get it.
Every day.
It's fine. Like talk your shit, whatever.
Y'all
you
still
know what
pop
I mean?
out.
Yeah, like it's. But you know what's funny about Miami and like how people are mad about New York being Miami?
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
That's a big statement.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I stand by what I said.
Oh.
Did you know?
All right.
Did you know
All right. With the hair
that
flip.
that more New Yorkers have been to Miami than they've been to Staten Island?
Okay, who gives a fuck? That's the dumbest.
Okay.
that's
Hold
the
on.
dumbest
Hold on. Okay,
comparison,
no,
but-
wait. No. Let's
talk about how many people go to
think about-
Tallahassee.
Let's talk about how many people go
Well,
to
I guess
Tallahassee.
you're right now.
Let's talk about how many people.
Scratch
All right, no.
Because of
Think
football
about the statement. Think about the statement. Think
Okay,
about the
fine. I'll
statement.
think about
Okay.
it.
How far away is Staten Island from here?
It's not that far.
It's not that far,
No,
right?
it's
It's a
kinda
borough.
like-
It's a whole borough. It's one out of the Dique is one out of the 5, right?
Right.
Staten Island from here in car is going to take you maybe like, depending on the traffic, maybe like 35, 40 minutes,
Right.
right?
But why would we go there?
How many times have you been to Miami?
Yeah,
How many times?
like 3 times.
Like 3 times. How many
Yeah.
times you been to Staten Island?
Way more than 3 times.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Go, how many times?
Like way more than 5 times.
To Staten Island?
Yes.
Okay, I have been.
All right.
I must not be cultured. I'm not cultured enough.
I guess I'm super cultured.
I'm not cultured enough for Staten Island.
Yo, Staten
dude,
Island has
it's
moments.
okay.
Nah, I'm just saying. Like, have you been to the beach out in Staten Island?
Staten Island has a beach. I know it's an island, but I just thought it was surrounded by like
Water?
Hudson. I didn't know it was a beach. I thought it was like a park.
No.
You know, it's all rocks.
The way I look at Staten Island is the same way I kind of look at like Long Island in a certain way. And there's like some ex-mafioso.
Well, you just go for
motherfuckers
like
out
a
there.
wedding.
No. I had a friend that back in college that lived over there. Smoke weed, chill, hookah lounge.
They have hookah lounges
They have
over
hookah
there?
lounges. Yeah, they do.
Sounds like an enigma. No, dude,
Enigma.
but that's the thing. Like they say, like that more New Yorkers have been to Miami. They call it. You don't remember during Miami?
Miami?
You don't remember that?
Never heard that in my life.
Okay,
that
so
must be a Miami reference.
So during
that
COVID,
no one in New York would talk about.
During COVID,
Right.
right here,
Okay.
up the block,
Okay.
Steinway.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
And then what were they calling it? Because all the clubs were still open.
Oh.
Miami.
Oh shit!
Miami.
Nah. She's right. That's crazy. No, you're right. I guess
And everybody moved over there, all the New Yorkers.
it would make sense. You're right.
Which sucks for the people of Miami.
During the pandemic, let's talk about that. Miami changed completely then, right? Or no, not really. Amplified,
So
brought in a lot more money, no?
no, here's what happened. Our minimum wage during COVID was 12 and change. It had already been 15 here. All the New Yorkers left, went to Miami with their above Florida minimum wage, with their 15 plus whatever pay, still getting paid New York rates at the Miami living costs, which was $12 and change.
Oh, because they got transferred.
Because they moved over there, but they can work remote. So they're getting paid New York wages with the living cost of Miami, which represented what the minimum wage was, which was $12 and change.
Right.
And then they started going, oh my God, this is so cheap. Oh my God, this is so cheap. Oh my God, this is so cheap. Mm-hmm. So all these people are like, oh my God, this must be so cheap because these people are saying it. So that's where, you know, like gentrification happens. They raise all the prices to all the rent, all of the gas, all of this. Before, Miami gas used to be like 75 cents, almost $1 cheaper than New York gas. Now, if it's not more expensive, it's the same as New York prices.
Really?
And that's because they're like, oh, these people with their New York wallets and their New York budget can afford something more expensive here. Right. So they go and they raise the prices, which doesn't matter to the people who's getting paid the amount that they're getting paid from working New York prices. But then what happens to the people that are still getting the $12?
Yeah. They're suffering.
They're suffering.
Right.
So Miami changed. Not for anything good. You know what I mean?
Not for the people that are actually.
Not for the people that are from Miami that are getting paid. And then they go and they finally, you know, raise it to 15, but it can't go from 12 to 15 in un solo tiro. They have to start it. Okay, they bring it up to 12.75. They bring it up to 13. And
so they haven't yet fully.
I don't think it's fully 15 yet. No.
Let's see how much it is. Let's see how much it is right now.
Minimum wage. Miami.
What is Miami?
Yeah, but it sucks because you used to be able to get a 1-bedroom.
It's almost there.
It's almost there, right?
14.
Yeah.
For non-tip workers and $10.98 per hour for tip workers.
Yeah. Before I moved to New York in 2010, right? I had a studio apartment in South Beach on, I think it was like 26 and Collins, right? So I'm like in South Beach on Collins Ave. I left my apartment building. I walked to the corner. I went across the street. Estaba en la playa.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. I used to walk to Lincoln Road. I used to walk to the clubs. Nice. I used to, you know what I mean? Nice I was living. 21. Yeah. I had my red Mustang. I was super.
All right, shit.
You know how much my studio apartment was living in the heart of South Beach?
I don't want to know, but tell me. I don't.
In that time, $750.
Wow.
$750. I paid $800 because I had 2 pets. I had to pay for the monthly $25. For you know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, like.
But without the little motherfucker, $750.
That's crazy.
$750, and at that time I was making almost $14 an hour, and I was living on my own. It was like me and my ex, but I was making more money than him, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, now that studio apartment, look up a studio apartment on Collins Ave. And see how much that costs. That's
another topic, and I'll only bring it up because you brought it up. Can a woman be with a man if that man makes less than the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think that is like the woman eventually gets bored or not like wanting to be with that man anymore?
So, for a long time, I made more money than all of my partners.
Yeah, but you said that in a way like, and I don't mean to come at you at all. It's more so like I want to like pry in a way that is interesting to me because it is a conversation that is going on in society.
It depends on the woman too. You know what I mean?
But yeah, but like if the guy's not making like as much as you are, I feel like after a stretch of time, it might be something that would bother a woman typically. What did you want me to look up, by the way?
The cost of a studio apartment on Collins Ave in South Beach. So, I mean, it really depends on the woman, right? So I have trauma, and with that, I've become hyper independent, right? So, and especially being a mother, I have always made a vow to myself of like, I would never be in a situation where I have to depend on my partner. So God forbid my husband dies tomorrow, I'm not left in the rut. You know what I mean? or if we get a divorce, I'm not, what am I going to do? What was me? Like, I need alimony. Like, I never want to be in a situation like that.
Right.
So it's not that I want to make more money, and I'm considered a stay-at-home mom because I'm not getting paid. Like, I work during shows and then I get paid like a monthly, I have a monthly retainer for like the social media, but it's, I have investments elsewhere. I'm pulling little gigs elsewhere, whatever. So like if something were to happen, it's like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I still can like sustain for myself. So whether that's without making more money than my husband now. But I don't, for a long time, I've always only made more money than my partners. And I'm fine with that.
I hope you know and understand why I bring it up, because I feel like it's such a topic in today's culture, especially amongst guys. And like what is like, I guess, viral, or what is being spoken about in like I guess the manospheres of the world.
Right. And I get it, like, there's the type of person, and I say person because it doesn't just stem to like
1,800 to 2,350
for a studio
a month. Yeah,
I was paying $750.
It's crazy.
Clock that tea. I definitely understand that there are some people who they like being taken care of. Like, they like the man to pay for their nails, or to pay for their hair, or to, pay for their shoes and like stuff like that. And like, that's like really cute, you know what I mean, or whatever. To each their own, I know men that they like to get treated that way by their partners. I know people that they just naturally love catering to their partners and giving them their stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that their love language to show is gift giving. So they want to, be able to like do that for their partner or their spouse or whatever. So it's not really, people shouldn't look at it as like, oh, this should be this way. The man has to take care of the woman has to take care of the kids need to take care of their toys. Like, it shouldn't, that, why are you like putting all these rules? It should be like, I like to be treated this way. I should find somebody
that feels the same,
who wants to treat me this way, who likes treating me this way. Or, I like to treat people a certain way. So I should want to find somebody who's going to be receptive to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like if people were to think like that, then this wouldn't be like a point of
concern
or topic or whatever. Now the question is, let's say the guy doesn't want to like.
I think that like the realities though, and it is interesting, like, because like I find what you're saying absolutely true. It's not like I don't knock anything that you're saying at all. But I also do see the flip side of it, like the other side of the coin. Like, men do have, I guess it depends on the type of guy too, but like have fewer options than women have. And when it comes into like the actual dating field, and you're actually like out there, it does play a role. Like, the type of women like this that expect that certain type of
But wait, what do you mean men have less options?
In terms of, all right, like, I feel like women have more options than guys do typically. Like, all right, for example, if you were to text any guy, come get this pussy, they're gonna fucking be there. If I text a girl, yo, come get this dick, like, that's a fucking gamble. You know what I mean? Like, it might be like, all right, or it might be like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, you have more of a shot of that happening than I do.
Okay.
And that's just facts.
Okay.
It's just what it is. So like, I think that there is some type of like stronghold that women place in society, whether they choose to have that or not.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like whether they choose to know that sex appeal works or not. You know what I mean? Like whether they choose to like however it could work in society, because people are gonna make it work for however they want.
Right.
So it's just like, all right, it makes you think about it a little bit more. You know, it makes you think about how you enter into society a little bit more, or at least as a man, like, because you start to wonder, like, well, how do you play a role in this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what's I feel like the genuine nature of who you are is what should play a role in any relationship.
Of course.
But that's not the case, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because people are shallow.
My bad.
People are shallow and superficial.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, theoretically it's okay, you know, and people are attracted to who they're attracted to. Like, you know, like, who was it?
Wait, why do you say theoretically it's okay? Because you feel like it's going to just work out the way it should?
Theoretically it's okay because you want to be able to say that people are allowed to like what they like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, beauty is whatever, beauty is to the eye of the beholder. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it should be okay to be shallow to an extent because you can, you know, you can meet this person with the best personality.
Right.
And knows all your fucking triggers and is so respectful and knows how to talk to you, knows how to treat you, and really just makes you feel like you're the, you know, God's gift to earth for them. But they're coming at you with fucking can opener teeth, and you're like, for 2 seconds are gonna think, am I gonna get cut by kissing him?
Nah.
And then that sort of just like takes all that shit away. Yeah, I don't blame you, sis. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like people can be, you know, they should be allowed to like be a little shallow.
Is that shallow or just being honest?
Oh, I guess I don't know. Yeah, sure. Because when you think of the idea of shallow as like somebody that's like looking for looks, right? Or like appearance and stuff like that, like they're not really allowing themselves to go more in depth.
Yeah, but I recently just learned this lesson. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's fucking talk about it.
You learned about what?
Yo, Liz, what we're fucking talking about right now. Alright, so like fucking alright, so I decided to talk to a girl that was not necessarily my type.
Okay.
Because I was like, you know what? Let me not be that shallow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still didn't work out. And I was like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, so I just think that personally,
it's in the eyes, Chico.
Nah, I think it's better. I think it's better to like what you like, and then also like try to find like if that person is also a jive, and you could like, you know, like really have that type of thing. Because at the end of the day, you want to be attracted to that person. Like, yes, duh.
I read something recently that said, when you're choosing, it was like tips for people who are gonna get married or whatever, right? And it was somebody had wrote, choose somebody who you enjoy hanging out with because there are more Tuesday nights than there are vacations.
Yeah, no, I hear that completely.
And I was like, ooh.
I hear that completely, but like what I'm saying to you is like I literally just experienced something that made me feel like, nah, this is all bullshit.
But like, the girl's personality wasn't it?
You know what? I feel like her personality was actually really great. I think she lacked a little bit of confidence, even though she says she doesn't. Like, yeah, like that was my personal opinion on it. Like, and I just feel like at the end of the day, you really do have to be like fully attracted to that person. I think so. I'm thinking as a guy.
Okay.
I'm thinking as a guy because, like, my imagination runs wild. I want it to be running wild with that person, not necessarily like this person and that person. Okay. That's probably a guy thing.
Maybe because like women love medium ugly men.
What the fuck? All right. What is like? All right.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay, a medium ugly man.
Am I a medium ugly?
It's a labubu.
Am I medium ugly?
If you're medium ugly,
Yes.
I mean, I think you're conventionally handsome.
Fuck, so I'm not medium ugly.
I wouldn't say you're medium ugly.
Damn, okay. So women like medium ugly, why?
Because they're still, so their personality, right? Well, to my understanding of like medium ugly men, right, is that their personality is so much more shining and substantial than their appearance. So like their appearance is that they're not Brad Pitt super handsome,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're nice enough to like, I can look at you and I can find cute things about you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh,
Even
shit,
if
my
they
bad.
all don't go together, like
Mm-hmm.
I can look at your eye and be like, well, he has really nice eyes, or he
Okay.
has really nice lips, and
Mm-hmm.
be able to find handsome things about the person, but their personality makes it, fills in those spots that his face would be missing. Do you get me?
I get you. And like I didn't want to interrupt you at all because like I understand your experience. My experience is a little bit different. And I'm
Okay.
gonna be completely honest with you here. You know, my experience has been like there's haters and then there's not haters. No, I swear to you, like there's people that are like how you said, like, and thank you for complimenting me. I appreciate it. Like you
Yeah,
said
no,
I'm
of course.
conventionally handsome, right? Like sometimes I find other conventionally handsome people, some of them are fucking haters. Ugly people, quote unquote ugly people. Some of them are cool. Some of them are fucking haters.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because
Haters gonna hate.
no, yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying because it's just like, yo, like you could be cool with all these different types of people, or try to be at least, and they'll still find a way to be like, yo, nah, fuck you. I'm just like, but why? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Are people rude to you? Like normally,
It's a-
like do
it's a-
people
it's
like
a-
straight up be
I
mean
think
to you?
I think it's a sense. I think like I don't know. Like for my experience has been this, and I'm being completely honest here. I feel like I could find a way to talk to people, and I have no problem with talking to people that are actually confident in themselves. It doesn't matter how they look like. It's just confident in themselves, and I always have a great conversation with those people.
Okay.
And then with other people, I always feel like a certain different type of vibe or a look, and I'm like, yo, I have eyes, I can see you. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
the Cardi B insert the Cardi
like,
B like meme here.
Yeah, but I just think that like
But you
physical
know what?
physical is bullshit.
That's
It's about
interesting, though.
it's some hater shit.
Yeah,
It's some
so
hater
like
shit.
I feel like there's something, because you're very energetic. So like like with like with dogs, right?
Mhm.
You know when you take a dog to a park and like there'll be that one dog and he's like super like hyper and whatever and and then you
Mhm.
have like that other grumpy ass dog that sort of has to like snap at him a little bit to like chill him out.
Yeah.
So I feel like that like plays. So like your energy is so up and so like vibrant and stuff like that, and you're smiling and you're engaging and you're moving and you're, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that they're on a much more lower frequency.
Yeah, but I
and
can't.
they
What
get,
am I?
I know it. That's not your fault.
Right, and
that's
I'm not looking at them in a certain way.
It's not their fault for feeling how they feel either. But this is like a really good example of like not.
I see what you're saying.
You get me?
Mhm.
Like people, they don't have to. They should find other kind of sort of like people. And then there is the rare and most beautiful case, right? Which would be an example of like my husband and I. I am clearly an extrovert. I am high frequency. I'm like, I'm vibrating, I'm moving, I'm animated, I'm talking, I'm smiling, I'm flirting, I'm laughing, I'm joking, whatever. And my husband is an introvert. And like even though he can match my energy and stuff like that, he, prefers to be like at home, chilling, whatever, not having to talk to people, you get me? Like in his own space. But we work well in the sense of like I can bring him out a little bit and he can reel me in.
Right. But you see how, and I agree with you completely, but you see how you could bring it out of him?
Yeah.
That means that that's possible.
Right.
That means that people that have that high energy could gravitate to people that have lower energies. So that thing that you were saying,
opposites attract.
But not only opposites attract, shouldn't affect how other people are going to be viewing this higher energetic person or higher energetic being. Because if like that person that could find a measurement of, you know what, like it takes a bit of uncomfortability to grow
Right.
and learn and figure out shit in your own life.
Right.
So whether you want to be sheltered or extrovert, whatever, however you want to choose to live your life, you're still gonna have to go through certain things.
Right.
So and I think it's gonna develop you better as a person
No,
and to
of
communicate with others.
course.
You know, at the end of the day, I want a little bit more peace in my life. I find that the peace that I bring in my life comes from my understanding with people, you know, and also not needing as much. The older I get, I feel like I don't need as much. And I think it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I find these conversations to be gold because it brings out so much and it's unexpected. And it's not something that people can necessarily control. You have your mind frame, I have mine. Like, we're just like, we're here like right now. You know what I mean? Like, how it comes out is how it comes out. But I have this part in the podcast where I ask the individual, can I get a question that I could bring out to society? And I go ask that question.
Okay. So a question that like you want to ask somebody else?
So whatever you like have in mind as a question, I bring it out in society and I ask like some random person the question.
Oh. Have you forgiven your parents?
I like that.
Have you forgiven your parents?
I have forgiven 1 out of 2.
1 out of 2? That's pretty good. That's 50%. All right. Thank you.
Have you?
I try. It's hard to say forgive because I still feel very strongly about some of the things that have happened. And I know that, you know, as long as I still feel this way, there isn't the full sense of forgiveness. But I have forgiven them enough to understand where they might be coming from and why. And how can I assert my own boundaries with them to the point where I can still have a relationship with them, but it's at a distance enough to where it won't get worse either. But it has to be at a distance. So it's not close, but it's not horrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's why I'm curious, because I feel like as adults, you know, we recognize where a lot of these problems come from, and we're so quick to be like, I blame my mom and I blame my dad or whatever. And it's like, okay, you're recognizing the problem. Have you done anything about it? And that involves forgiving your parents for it. So it's like, you know, have they forgiven their parents? And then maybe that might trigger them. If they haven't, maybe it may trigger them to think about it so that they can.
Right.
Or if they have, maybe they can, you know, feel good about themselves and remember why they got there.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I think that in our life, we're gonna have certain moments of reflection, right?
Yeah.
I think that in life we're definitely gonna be kind of learning the same lessons a lot, unless you want to grab a hold of your life. When you grab a hold of your life, you start to like want to really learn your lessons. But you'll keep repeating them if you don't want to learn them.
Yeah.
I think they'll come back in different ways.
Did you just turn 30?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Why?
Because your 30s are perfect for that.
What do you mean?
So when you get to your 30s, you are so much, you're still learning, you're still so young.
I guess.
But the amount of confidence that you really start developing in yourself and the amount of having to repeat those lessons start to lessen.
Yeah, I feel that.
So like, yeah, you're still learning and you're still growing and you're still developing, but it's not, you know, it's at a point where there are more new skills opposed to keep going through the same bullshit, right? So like, let's say hypothetical, purely scenario, right? You're 33 and a situationship hits you up and you're like, okay, I'll talk to her, right? And it doesn't go well.
Mm.
Instead of sitting there and be like, damn, I knew I shouldn't have talked to her, like whatever, like, oh, I fucked up and you're feeling bad and this isn't that. That may have happened when you were like 29, but now at like 33, there's a higher chance of where you'll be like, well,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's already like that.
well, exactly. But like, that's the
Yeah.
thing, like you're learning, like, yeah, like you'll repeat a lot, but you've managed to learn new coping skills, new understanding,
Absolutely.
developing new,
Hands
you
down.
know.
The gym. The gym is the
Same.
best place. Like, the gym is the best place. Well, I fight all my demons at the gym. That's where we met.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like the gym is the best place, honestly. You have a certain level that you want to reach, then maybe you reach it and you're like, oh wait, nah, maybe I could go more. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do that. I feel like the aspect of seeing yourself change and then feeling it and being able to do more, it's definitely a drug.
I love hitting PRs.
Yeah.
I love hitting PRs. Watching my weight like go up with how strong I can like lift something.
Yo,
like I love that shit.
That's when you're like, holy shit, I'm actually doing this shit. It's different. Like, I don't know. And also just being inspired by the people that you see there.
Yeah.
You know, like constantly like, yes. Like when I saw you, it was like, hey, what's up? Like, you know, it was like that automatic like good vibes. You know, I feel like you see people at the gyms is pretty much good vibes.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone's just wanting to work on themselves. So that's good.
Yeah. I really like, I used to try to go to the one that's by Queensboro Plaza, like the bougie one.
Oh, okay. It's bigger, right?
It's like, yeah, it's a little
Looks
bigger.
At least from the outside, it looks bigger.
Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's that much bigger. But
you say bougie though, where they have different machines?
It's new. It's like newer.
They got new machines?
I don't know. I haven't been going there in like a year
Okay.
because I've been going to the one that we go to.
Right.
And I decided to stay at going to the one now because the people, like, I never talk. You're literally the only person, and I've been going to that gym well over a year, right? I've been working out for like a few years already.
Yeah.
But you're literally the only person that I've had like full conversation with at the gym. And but still, like, the vibe of the people, it's like that sort of thing where it's like, I don't have to talk to you to know that like we are cool, like you get me, like or like if you don't show up to the gym on your regular time for a certain amount of days, I'm low-key gonna be like, damn, I hope that person's okay, you know what I mean, or like, oh shit, they're back, like cool. But like, this is all like quietly mentally in your head, you feel me? But like, that's what the vibe is, like I low-key feel like the people that go at the time we go, it's like it's an unspoken family vibe. It really fucking is. I've never spoken to any of those people in my life. I will fucking die for those people.
But it's mad. That's funny that you say that, because I do, like, I'm super, super social. So it really, like, if I'm seeing people every day, if I'm seeing people every day, I'm gonna say hi. I'm gonna say what's up.
Yeah, you do like the smile.
Yo, when people are rude, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo.
I've never had anybody be rude. I mean, it's so different. I have to remember, like, I'm a girl.
Yes.
I'll ask people to like open my Celsius if I have my nails on.
Yeah.
I'll be like, can you open this? Okay, thank
you. But that's what I'm saying. It's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh man. It is. You're a boy. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like a lot of factors also that it's just like it could be weird. But I think that's part of life too. Like, it makes it interesting, it makes it fun. You get to learn a lot, see a lot through people. But I think it's also the best part about it is that it's a constant gamble. That's why I say, like, people say, oh, you shouldn't gamble. Why not? Life is a gamble. Yeah. I'm not gonna say like throw all your money away on some shit, but like, you do gotta gamble.
Yeah, you have to shoot your shot.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Hands down. And I also got this part in the podcast where I asked the individual if they can write their name or whatever they want on Esperanza.
Ooh,
You good?
hell yeah.
On the head or
Give
there,
me,
whatever you want.
I want to do on the
I'll
butt.
move out the way and if you want on the butt. Ah, that's where I put mine.
On the butt and the little tush right here on the green part. And it's like a little tag because once upon a time I used to say I was a break dancer.
Break dancer?
Yeah.
Actually?
Be Girl City.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. For how long? A summer?
Long enough to learn how to do like a baby pose, and
Okay.
that was the end of that.
Okay.
But I did it. I accomplished it. There's one picture.
Okay.
And then
that's it.
That's it. It was a wrap.
I thought you were gonna say the 6 step. I think it's called the 6 step.
Oh,
right?
the 5.
Is it 5 steps?
Yeah.
So I added another one. Look at that.
Yeah. I was able to like do that. I had a friend, and he would teach me.
Mm-hmm.
He was great. He used to go by B-Boy Nonsense. He was this, like super fine ass Colombian dude, and but it was so dope being like in that world. You know what I mean? And there used to be a place called Catalyst, and it used to be originally back then it was in Pembroke Pines. Now it's in Miami Springs, I think it's called, and it's a church, so it's very Christian like oriented, but they would have like b-boy battles, and it was like every Saturday, and girls dancing, families, graffiti artists, and then like youth study group, and then but it was like it was so hip hop. It was so dope. It was so you know what I mean. And then like having all these other like b-boy dancers and poppers and come from all over Florida, and the talent. And that's like the thing about like Miami, the culture is so rich on so many, the punk and hardcore and rock scene in Miami, chef's kiss.
Really?
Chef's kiss.
Okay.
Some of the best hardcore and like punk bands come from South Florida.
Huh.
Like some of the best. Like a lot of bands come from Florida, and Yellow Card, it's from Florida. They didn't remember. Like these are all what. Anyway, so yeah, and then so you have like the punk and the rock scene. You have the hip hop scene from my Pitbull, Armandito. Okay,
that's true.
Armandito. Everybody was like, "Oh, my neighbor's dog walker's sister, mother-in-law's cousin is friends with Pitbull's mom." Like, and everybody was like that. Pitbull, OG Pitbull. Like, I love OG Pitbull. Like, I've gone to his shows twice, and I'd be so excited because I'm like, yeah, he's gonna sing Culo, he's gonna sing Damn It Man, and then he comes out, Fireball, dun, 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 and I'm like, oh my god, okay, whatever. It's still a fucking vibe, but it's not like what I'm, you know what I mean? It's not like what I was like hoping for. So yeah, no, the hat and like Trick Daddy, Rick Ross, like come on, dude, like Miami is so just, it's amazing. It's so amazing, and it's like, I know people hate on Miami because like whatever, but at the end of the day, it's still it's iconic. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's still the Calle Ocho, Cuban, Venezuela, Doral, dude.
I feel like that's what is great about these cities, is that it could always be that again. That's what I'm saying, that it comes back. Yeah. You know what I mean? It needs different momentums. Yeah. People get bored. The rich people get bored. They move somewhere else.
Ojalá. Like hopefully. But yeah, and well, here's the thing. So like, let's like pivot back to like Comic-Con shit, right? So for a long time, because of the foundation culture of Miami, which is immigrant families, refugees from Cuba, refugees from Venezuela, you know what I mean? They're not thinking about Superman. They're not thinking about Dragon Ball Z. They're thinking about, do we have water? Like, you know, because I got sick and it's not part of our rations type shit. You know what I mean? So they come to Miami, and the families they're not being brought up with that, but now you have like these young kids and they come and they're being exposed to tsunami.
Mm.
You know, do you know what tsunami is?
No.
Okay. So, on Cartoon Network, and I think it still runs now, but like on a different channel. So, a lot of America's millennial youth got exposure to anime, through something called Toonami,
Okay.
which was after school. I think it was from like 4:30. No, I think they had like 2 sessions. Whatever, I don't remember. But uh, they had it. They had Dragon Ball. They had Sailor Moon. They had Gundam. They had Inuyasha super late. They had Yu Yu Hakusho. Just all these. Lupin the Third was on there. All these like anime, Cowboy Bebop. They were all on Toonami.
Okay.
Right, and that's really where a lot of
birth
the love for anime and stuff.
Okay.
So now you're in Miami, you're experiencing what the greatness of anime is, right? And you really, really fall for it, but your family, they don't look at it like it's something of survival.
Yeah.
Okay. So they
Like,
ridicule you.
Right.
Yeah, they ridicule you. They make fun of you. They, tell you that's not important or whatever. You end up developing a shame towards it, right? And with that shame comes like bullying. So like you see somebody, like you see that they openly like it. They're allowed to openly like it. So out of your own shame and anger, you start bullying them. Right? And then that's where you get like the, oh, you weeb. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're an anime fan. Oh, you're a dork. Oh, you're in the anime club. Right. Oh, you're a loser. Oh.
Versus now,
right? If you don't watch anime, you're a fucking loser. Catch up. Like, hello. What do you mean? Like, for me, like, they were talking about One Piece yesterday, and they're like, oh, I'm in episode 1,300. And they're like, what about you? And I was like, oh, I'm only episode 300. I have a fucking life. And they're like, you're only episode 300. Catch up, fucking loser. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, shit. But,
they have over 1,000 episodes?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's the what is it? Somebody said it's the Grey's Anatomy of anime.
Really?
Yeah, because like Grey's Anatomy has like 20 something seasons also.
Oh shit.
And so that Grey's Anatomy is the One Piece for white women.
Or like General Hospital.
Or like yes, Days of Our Lives, stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know too much about Grey's Anatomy.
But you know about General Hospital?
I know. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. But it's just the phrase. I never watched it. I just I've heard the phrase, and I know that they've been around for like over 20 years, something like that.
Or Doctor Who. Doctor Who also is another one. Yeah, Doctor Who's been on for 60 years.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so long.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it's British. It's a British.
Hello. Cheerio.
I'm the doctor. No, but yeah, so now so that's really the sad thing about where the fandom for these things in Miami, why it liking these things was very like taboo. It was very you can easily become bullied for it and stuff like that, right? So back in the day. So now what's cool is that those people who got bullied are now adults with adult money.
Adult money.
They are being able to really create a new and safer environment for these people
coming up.
Yeah, like they're coming up and providing them a safe space for them to enjoy their fandom and stuff like that. So that's why so now Comic-Con in Miami, it could be better, but it's trying.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Why do you feel that way?
Just because it has the potential, and so in Miami we have shows that are We have SuperCon
Mm-hmm.
in Miami, which was the OG, like Miami-based Comic-Con convention. Started off really small, and it got really big, and then it got sold to the company that runs New York Comic-Con. So they do it. The only thing that
They
like
branched out.
sucks about that, huh?
They branched out.
Yeah. So the only thing that does suck about it is that Miami as a city is not built for, you know, events like this, right? So you have it at the Miami Beach Convention Center, but it's like crazy expensive. Parking is like whatever. It's like the traffic over there really sucks, stuff like that. Or if they have it, like they have Otaku Fest, which is a great like Miami type Comic-Con convention. It's more small owned. It's much more local business focused. You know what I mean? So they're constantly promoting other local businesses.
Nice.
We do it. We love that show. We also do SuperCon. You know, that's done in the OG location that SuperCon used to be at, which is the Miami Airport Convention Center, I think it is. I think they changed it this year to somewhere else in Pembroke Pines, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
And they so that's another really great show that's just getting bigger and yeah, and traction. And like, but the difference is that it's more the reason why I feel like it's more successful than SuperCon, even though it's much smaller than SuperCon, is because so remember I was saying SuperCon is ran by the people that do New York Comic Con. So it has a much more sort of corporate feel to it.
In terms of how they bring in their people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Otaku Fest, remember I was saying they're more local business focused. It has more of that like family sort of feel to it.
Okay. So the fact that it's like diversified within the corporate and more real, I guess you can say, it gives a nice mesh enough for one side to exist and the other to exist.
I guess so. And now we're also coming up with there's other things, like there's Animate Miami, that's like a new thing.
Okay.
That just started.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good thing, right? Because it's like like at least they're not taking the full control.
Right. Well, yeah.
Or is it slowly like getting more and more?
So it's starting more opportunities. So what I was like trying to get at is that more opportunities for a safe space for people who like things from these other countries are starting to pop up.
That's dope.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be better, but it's still.
Getting there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be better. Let me rephrase it. It has the opportunity to really start to become something great. And they're trying. Like, you can tell, like, Miami is like trying to put an effort into creating a space where these people can go and be. Some of the best cosplay I've ever seen in all my years and different times I've been doing Comic-Con has been in Miami. So hands down, some of the most creative and well put together cosplays have been in Miami.
What is it? It's just the energy?
Yeah, like you can tell Miami wants to really like pop off. Yeah, like they really want to celebrate like the fandoms, the anime, the Star Wars, like they want to, like you can tell. And it's because it's been repressed in them for so long. They didn't have anywhere to be able to share this energy. You know what I mean? So now that these conventions are becoming more and more popular, more and more accessible, you know, for longer days or whatever, people are really starting to kind of like go and, you know, they like check it out. And they're like, oh shit, they have this like cool poster. Let me get this like little poster. Oh, I like how this person dressed up. Maybe if I come back next year, I want to dress up too. And they start, you know what I mean? So like you can really feel like that's the vibe that like Miami has. Like they want to be like as open about
Understood.
it with everybody else.
And let's say someone's really into this world, because I'm not, right? This
Yeah.
is not my world, but I'm interested in talking to people. Like that's what you were saying before, like when you find an interest in how like
Yeah.
someone could find it interesting. That's why I have this podcast, because also I find that interesting. You know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
I genuinely do. But how would someone who is interested in this tap into this world and become a vendor in these certain arenas?
Okay, so I mean, it really depends. So if you're um well, first you got to know what you like, how in the industry you want to be. So like what you want to be, whether you want to be an artist, whether you want to be a collector that's selling his collections, whether you're a reseller, you have to figure out
There's many different avenues.
where you want to place
hmm
in the industry,
hmm
right? And
But let's say in this hypothetical situation, they're a vendor. They have a product that they want to,
right.
you know.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to figure out what that product is.
Still within that, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're an artist, your product is your art.
hmm
Or if you are a comic book writer, your product are your comics. If you're a collector and you're able to get vintage toys or rare toys or whatever, your product are those toys. So you
I
have
see
to
why it's a
figure
tough
out,
question, because it's just
Yeah.
it's such you gotta be specific.
yeah, you have to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
where you want to go. And you're able to like change it. So like a lot of people, right? They'll start off as an attendee,
hmm
right? And then from there, they go in a couple of years and they'll go and they'll see a vendor and they'll be friends with that vendor. And
Sure.
then they go and they develop a friendship and then they start helping out. And then from helping out, they start working. And then with working, they start learning and then they start collecting.
Right.
And then from there, they start collecting. They have their own things. They start figuring out, oh, well, I really like this. I have a lot of this. Maybe I want to start selling it at this booth.
Right.
And then they start selling their own shit at the booth under consignment. I'm like splitting it. And then, like with the money that I'm making, I was able to get more and I have more stuff. So maybe I want to start having my own little booth. So then they detach from there and they start doing their own thing. And then they start getting bigger and whatever. And next thing you know, you're your own vendor.
Right.
Or a cosplayer, an attendee would go.
Right.
And she would see a costume and be like, damn, I want to dress up. So then for next year, she goes and she buys a costume and she wears that. And people, oh, you look great. Oh, this like looks awesome. Maybe I want to like buy a costume, but then, alter it to look like this. And then she starts doing that. And then she's like, I've been really practicing on my sewing from doing the altering. Maybe I don't have to buy a costume. Maybe I can make my own. And then she gets better at that. And then she starts making her own. And then people are taking pictures. And then you have this one guy, he takes one really good picture and he's like, hey, can I be your photographer? And then she's like, yeah, these pictures are really good. Maybe I should start selling them. And next thing you know, you have a professional cosplayer.
The possibilities.
And those are just two,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is just like, but that's the beauty of Comic-Con. Like you're able to like see.
And again, it's something that you have to want. It's something that you have to want. You have to go. You have to.
That's why I was saying, like, everybody should once in their life experience going to a Comic-Con.
Okay. How was your first Comic-Con like?
It was super con. It was 2009. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I would see people in cosplay. I have pictures from it, from my first Comic-Con. I had short hair. I was supposed to see Leslie Nielsen. He's an actor. He's in Airplane, the original Naked Gun.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him. And he's from Planet Terror also, like an old school sci-fi movie too. Okay. And he ended up canceling and then he died shortly after. And I was devastated. Yeah. But that's okay.
How would you say that and I don't want to interject while you were going, but I'm curious on this because you said you've been there since 2009. well, you've been going since 2009.
Yeah.
You've definitely seen the change in Comic-Con and let's say how streamers or like YouTubers affected the climate of Comic-Con,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's expand on that a little bit more. Like, when did you start noticing the change? What have you noticed, and what is it now to you?
So the funny thing about that question is that my very first knowledge of what a convention is was based off of a movie, a documentary in like I think it was like 2006 or something. It was
Mhm.
called Trekkies.
Mhm.
And it was a documentary about Star Trek fans going to Star Trek conventions.
Okay.
And they would go dressed up and they
Right.
would it was a little Star Trek Comic-Con,
Mhm.
right? I remember seeing this and going, wow, what a bunch of fucking dorks. Right? And then like 20 years later, like 30 years later, like it's my livelihood, right?
Mhm.
So my very first idea of a Comic-Con was through mass media. It was a documentary I saw in a movie theater,
Right.
you know? So it was already before social
I
media.
see what you're saying.
There was
Already
already
an influence.
people, yeah,
Mhm.
people
A digital influence.
yeah, or not even like it was just already so
Ingrained.
substantial that it was already on its 2 feet in like the 90s. Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con has been since like the 80s.
Mm.
It didn't need social media.
Mhm.
The people who loved it were gonna find it.
Mhm.
The beautiful thing about social media now and the streamers and the influencers and stuff like
Mhm.
that is that it allows people who cannot attend still be experiencing Comic-Con.
Mm.
Because when you see people and they're doing the funny dances and there's people circling around
Mhm.
and you think like, okay, that's content that they're creating,
Mhm.
whether that person is there or not, there's something like that happening at a Comic-Con, whether
Okay.
somebody's recording it or not.
Right.
The vibes that those videos are giving people really is the vibe of those conventions. And and I feel like I can really say that because when I go to a con, even as a vendor, I am having so much fun.
Hmm.
People are having fun and they're having after parties
Right.
and stuff like that. And you don't see a lot of the footage from the after parties at these cons, but you literally would have somebody dressed as like Superman, doing the YMCA next to a person who's dressed as like, Kermit the Frog or like some and it's just like people are just like having fun,
Yeah.
without ridicule,
Right.
without looking,
Right.
getting side looks.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and the reason they're having so much fun is because they feel safe in doing it.
Where they are.
So when
Yeah.
these social media people are going out and they're doing that or whatever,
Right.
like you see the crowd and you see the people interacting,
Yeah.
you see, I need people to understand like you're really
Wow.
experiencing
The
it.
camera died. That means we spoke for a very
Holy
long time.
shit.
No, but the audio is still
Oh,
going.
okay.
I'll put like a backdrop or something like that. But that's interesting because that would mean that you haven't seen much of a change,
Right.
right?
The only change really would be the amount of people,
Mm.
but the vibes are still there.
It's the same vibes in
Yeah.
that aspect of things where like, people can feel homey,
Yeah.
and themselves and
Yeah.
what they want
And
to do.
it doesn't matter whether it's in New York, whether it's like a big ass show like New York Comic Con or like a smaller show
Mm-hmm.
like SuperCon or, Fan Expo New Orleans or
Mhm.
something like that. Like the only difference would be just the amount of people, but the love of the people and the energy of the people, it's still the same thing. It's still people who are, excited to share and find things that they love. So like one of the most exciting things about Comic-Con, right, is that you can like, let's say your favorite thing is like, I don't know, a game, an app on your phone, a
Mhm.
random little app on your phone, right?
Mhm.
and that's your favorite thing. And you probably go into kind of, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna find this. Nobody's gonna know about it. I'm gonna dress up as this or wear the shirt, and nobody's gonna know. Whatever, right?
Someone's gonna know.
At least one person's gonna know. At least one person's gonna have that merch. At least one, and then it's the excitement of like, you know, they go, oh shit, I like your shirt. You know, whatever. That's my favorite game. Be like, oh my god, me too. Or like you go and you find like a little miendita merch or whatever. Be like, oh my god, you have this. Like, how much is this? I need to buy this. This is like my favorite thing. And like that excitement, you know, and everybody's searching for that high at Comic-Con. You know,
it's like how would you wouldn't find it anywhere else.
Right. One of my favorite things to do when I'm working is, so I love a lot of things. I know a little bit about a lot of things, and I love finding niche things and calling them out on it, right? So like, or seeing like a really simplified version of like a cosplay, and I'll be like, oh my god, are you cosplaying? Or like, oh, I love that character, or like, I love your this and this cosplay.
Like you'll point it out, you know what it is.
Yeah, and the reaction I get from people like,
appreciate
oh my
it.
god,
right,
you know,
you got it.
You knew what bro, you're the first person to tell me like that, to realize who I'm cosplaying. Oh my god, like this made, I tell people, tell me all the time, this made my day, like this made my whole day. Like, because
you're like, you're seeing someone.
Yeah,
you know?
like they feel seen. Yeah, exactly. Like I see you, you know, and yeah, and like it just, for me, that's the high that I chase when I'm working. I love making people feel good, and I bully the fuck out of people when I'm working. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'll be like, oh, you're only gonna buy this? Like, well, you don't have enough money to buy two?
And they'll do it, right?
And they'll do it. They'll do that shit. You know what I mean? Like they'll do it. They'll do it. Like, okay, so the best one. All right, he didn't buy it, but the interaction was hilarious. I was working Anime NYC. I was working for my friend's booth, Vicious Kill, shout out, amazing. And he has these pins. They're very cool. They're enamel pins of like GTRs, you know what I mean? Like cool cars, cool trucks, stuff like that. They're $15. But they're designer pins. They're dope. They're not like little
bullshit pins.
Yeah, they're designer. They look cool. The detail, the color is amazing. They're $15.
Good.
It's Sunday, the last day of the show. Door just opened. A group of guys come in. They're like gawking over the pins. Some of them buy them. Then there's this one. He's like, "Oh, they have the pin. I literally have this car. Oh shit! Like they have a pin in my car." And I'm like, "Oh, you should get it." He's like, oh, $15? Nah, I don't know, like 15. I was like, what, you don't? He's like, I'm not going to get it. He puts it back. I go, what, you don't like your own car? He goes, no, I like my car. Or I pay for my car every month. I like that shit so much. I was like, okay, well, if you got the money to pay the car, you got $15 to buy the pin. Nah. Leaves. Like 5 minutes later, comes right back with $10 in his hand. 10, not 15. He's like, oh, I'm going to get the pin. I was like, oh, it's 15. He's like, I only got 10. I was like, well, the pin is only 15. He's like, you can't do it for 10. Like, come on, like, help me out. And I was like, I can do it for 15. He's like, no. He's like, but I got to buy stuff for my girlfriend. And I want to buy this thing, this other thing, or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, then you also want to buy the pin. He's like, yo, for $10 though? And I was like, I can do it for 20. He goes, 20? Did the price go up? I was like, yeah, 15 don't sound so bad now anymore. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, nah. He's like, come on. He's like, $10. He's like, you know, $10 and you got a deal. I go 15 and you got a pin.
Yeah, he came back for a reason. Like, you're not gonna come back and not. You know?
And so he's like, I go 15, you got a pin, and he's like, nah, forget it. He puts it back. Like, okay, you know what I mean? And then, but you know what? 10 minutes later, another cat comes. Oh, $15, that's a good price.
Exactly.
Buys a freaking pin.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta keep your price, right?
Yeah, but I, you know, I'm okay. Like, I'll bully people into like buying things, but like that interaction is so fun for me. Like, I love that shit. You know what I mean? I love, like, you know, doing the haggle and the hassle and whatever. But then there's other times that I really love like calling the people out on their cosplay, or you know, you have a lot of people who the only time they leave their house is for Comic-Con. You know what I mean? And they are feeling a certain type of way, or they're feeling super anxious. These are big crowds. They have headphones on, or, you know, they just, and I love dealing with those people the most because it's like, if this is going to be one of their few interactions like that they're ever going to have like for this year, and it's at Comic-Con, I want to at least give them an interaction that they're going to leave out of there and be like, I feel seen, or like I was able to talk to you know, like, oh, I love. So when you think, like, you know, like when guys like get like nosebleeds in anime because they see like a pretty girl, and they're like Master Roshi type shit. I love when it comes to like really super nerdy, dorky guys. I am the sweetest to them because I don't want them to grow up to be an incel and like be a woman hater because of however they are or whatever. So I would be so like, hey, how are you? Oh my God. Like, oh, you're gonna buy this? Okay, yeah, like, sure, no, don't worry, babe, I got you. You know what I mean? And like give them, and like other people also that need a little bit more patience or an understanding. I love giving that to them. I love making whoever comes to our booth, whether, and even if I'm bullying them, right? It's in a way where it's like they're being spoken to like a normal person, sort of, you know what I mean? And like, I'm talking about people like on the spectrum and stuff like that, like just to like be clear. But that's definitely like a high that I chase. It's like making people who like come to Comic-Con actually like being there.
Yeah, have them give them an experience.
Yeah,
an actual experience.
Yeah, just like a human, a fun, you know, a little sweet, a little salty.
Something to remember too, right?
Yeah,
because that's part of that experience, that memory, you know, that you get to share with people. The same way, like when you travel and you meet certain people, you're never gonna see them again, but it's like a great experience in that time, you know.
Well, you'd be surprised.
I feel like you and I could talk for hours, and we'll definitely have another podcast for sure. That'd be cool if you're down for it.
Yeah, for sure.
But the way I usually end here is I ask the individual, can you give something to the, well, nobody's watching right now because the camera's off, but for the people that are listening right now, if you can give them something to keep going in their life, whatever it is, if it's within the world of Comic-Con or etc.
Oh, be the hero that you wish you had growing up. You know, be the person who you wish you had, like in your corner when you were in middle school. And when you're able to be that person for yourself, you may unknowingly be the person that somebody else needed in their life, so that they don't have to grow up wishing that they have to be the person themselves.
I hear that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
Are you gonna go to Comic-Con this year?
Like I said, it's not really my world. Would I go? You said like everyone should go at least once.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I should go at least once.
Yeah.
You gonna give me a free pass?
Yeah.
Alright,
I got you.
Alright, bet. Cool. And where can the people find you that are listening right now?
Oh, so my work one is at Nowhere Toys with a K. KNOWHERE Toys. And my personal is La Señora Suazo, but it's on private, so I'm probably not gonna add you if I don't know you. But check out the store though in Miami, like that one, for sure.
Dope. Well, so yeah.
Boom. So yeah. I can't trust no switching roadie. I be on my grown thing. Keep on moving, time be skipping, phone and going home. Same process, trust the progress. I be knowing where it's home, man. Free me, feel me, see me, I see so yeah.